Web3.tv.
Crypto hacks hit an all-time high.
And Mastercard shares surge following a major announcement highlighting how far stablecoins have come. We look into what's driving that momentum on Wall Street.
I'm Adel.
And I'm Lisa Amnegard, and you're watching Crypto TV.
TRM Labs reports 2.1 billion stolen in crypto hacks during the first half of 2025 across 75 incidents. This is a new record, 10% higher than 2022. The biggest target, Dubai-based exchange Bybit, which lost 1.5 billion in February, attributed to North Korea's Lazarus Group. Most thefts involved attacks on infrastructure like private keys, seed phrases, and compromised front-end software, accounting for over 80% of losses.
And Mastercard shares surged last week following a major announcement that highlights how far stablecoins have come. The payments giant revealed it's integrating FiUSD, a new stablecoin from Fiserv, into its global financial network. Fiserv, which operates the Clover point of sale system used by small banks and merchants, processes about 90 billion transactions a year. Now, those banks will be able to issue cards backed by stablecoins, allowing money to move instantly, even on weekends, and without relying on traditional wire transfers. This isn't Mastercard walking away from its traditional card business. It's actually evolving. The payments still flow through Mastercard's network, complete with fraud protections, reward programs, and interchange fees. Visa is also looking into stablecoins, and they announced they're launching a stablecoin together with Bridge, which enables businesses and individuals to spend their stablecoin balance on everyday purchases anywhere Visa is accepted. So if we zoom out, this all goes to show how stablecoins and crypto are being adopted in a big way, and how these payment companies are having a bit of a FOMO moment as interest is so high right now from major financial institutions and even big merchants such as Amazon and Walmart when it comes to the stablecoin market. So Adel, I just want to ask you, so stablecoins traditionally has mostly been used when it comes to cross-border payments. So what do you make out of this trend? Do you think crypto will become mainstream now in the United States and an alternative to the dollar, or do you see that happening?
It's a great question, not just in the United States, but stablecoins operates 24 hours, 7 days a week. There's no going home, there's no holiday. Unlike banks and traditional markets, these stablecoins will allow you to pay things much faster, less waiting time, less delays compared to the 3 to 5 working days normally that you would get paid on. So for me, it's just a matter of time, but also education. Education is very vital to allow individuals like grandmas and grandpas to know what is a stablecoin and how it's the same thing as the dollar. It's pegged to the dollar. The only difference is it's digital.
Yeah, so when we look at, let's say, stablecoins, the big winners here are merchants or the issuers of stablecoins. What kind of advantages do stablecoins have for the end user when it comes to, let's say, integrating stablecoins in Amazon or at Walmart or some kind of huge retailer?
I think, companies, as you mentioned, that partnership with Bridge and as well as PayPal, they're going to make stablecoins available to everyday people, as you mentioned. So everyday people are going to be able to transact, but earn and receive stablecoins in the same way as they would have done traditionally. The only difference is stablecoins is 24 hours, 7 days a week. More efficient, less delays, and it's pegged to the US dollar. So it's no different to the dollar, except it's just digital, faster, and an upgraded version.
And we just saw recently that many of these payment card holders or payment card companies are also launching credit cards with Bitcoin rewards.
Right.
So from a consumer perspective, which do you see is going to be adopted the fastest?
This is great because for me personally, at the moment, I haven't been able to spend my Bitcoin and earn rewards on it. I've been able to spend my Amex, American Express, and other credit cards, and I earn points on that, and that's great for my credit score. But how about the crypto side? Maybe they could be credit score upgrades on that side too, maybe in the future. But for now, earning rewards on your crypto, that's definitely something new. So really looking forward to that. Now, in other news, I'm hearing that Circle is making waves again. What can you tell us about Circle?
Well, Circle is a really interesting company. It just debuted on the New York Stock Exchange earlier this month, and its stock has really surged. It's up over 575% since it was listed. And even last week, following the passing of the Genius Act in the Senate, its stock surged over 40%. So there's a lot of hype here when it comes to Circle, just because it is the stablecoin issuer. However, it is also fair to note that on Friday, its share price slumped over 15%, which to me, I see that more as kind of a sell-off among or profit-taking among investors, and potentially a correction. Because if we look at its price to earnings right now, it's at over 2,000. And if we compare that to other crypto-related stocks, such as Coinbase, its price to earning is currently at 60. So I think this hype around stablecoins is really driving momentum for the stock. However, it could be seeing some kind of correction in its price going forward as this kind of initial momentum dies off a little.
There's a big hype over stablecoin, especially the fact that we just discussed how it's going to be adopted for everyday people. But it's also important to know that Coinbase is obviously a different company to Circle. So one's an issuer, a stablecoin issuer, and one is an exchange. And the other thing is that, yes, people do want to take profits. They want to cash out on their gains. So the sell-off that you mentioned there potentially could just be a sell-off. But at the same time, there's no doubt that everybody's attention is on the stablecoins.
Definitely. If we saw, when Amazon and Walmart announced that they were going to launch their own stablecoins.
Exactly.
Visa stock and Mastercard stock slumped straight off the news. So we see that there is this kind of FOMO moment on Wall Street right now. Everyone wants in. However, the question remains whether this will really spearhead mainstream adoption for crypto, or whether it's just all a hype.
All hype. Well, time will tell, and we will keep you guys all posted on the next story. I'm Adel.
And I'm Lisa Amnegard, and you're watching Crypto TV.
Web3.tv